I can't remember. I watched a couple of yours on YouTube.
Okay, all right. We're gonna go over something that I think today is pretty important. We're gonna talk about, especially with like, I know listings is a big focus, so we're gonna talk about kind of how to like send, not how, but like we're gonna mastermind sending out emails with like CMAs and comps and things like that, and like what that touch point is to try to get an appointment. And then like assuming that that appointment is like a week or further out, what type of touch points are we doing and how are we getting ready for that appointment? Okay, so are we good with, does that feel like something that would be beneficial for where we are right now?
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah, Hayden, do you still have a listing right now?
I do. Yeah. And I hopefully have a listing appointment tomorrow.
Sweet.
Nice. Where's that one
Get that
from?
one from. Yeah.
She's from an open house. I met her over the summer and we stayed in touch. So, oh, no. Get mixed up. She was actually a Zillow and she called as a buyer and I showed her a home but she's like, I need to sell. So that was a few months ago. Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
Like a buy sell, maybe.
If we list, it's going to be a buy sell. So yay.
Nice. Cool.
Awesome.
All right. So let's say you get a lead in. Let's start from the beginning. Okay. So like you get an open house lead or whatever, and you want to touch base with them and get them some information, right? So I'm going to kind of show you what I would send out, and then you guys add, input, whatever else you want to. So let's go ahead and share the screen here. So let's exit out of that. We're going to minimize this here for a second. Can you guys see the screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're going to go down here. Okay. So let's use this as our first comp. Okay. So what we're going to do here is, this is how I like to do it. I always open up that second MLS form just so I can see the subject property and my comps, right? Now, this is trying to get an appointment. So right now I'm just trying to figure out maybe what the value of their home is. So I'm only running really close comps right now for this situation, and maybe under contract pending, but I'm not going to do any actives to see competition because ultimately I'm just trying to get in the door, right? So we just want to get a pretty good idea of where they are, right? So this is your subject property, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, has a 7-bedroom plus, so they listed it with 3 of the other areas a bedroom, right? 2192 square foot, so basically 2,200 square feet, private pool, 2-story, right? Those are my main go-tos. Anything else that you guys would add in on those ones as far as just general comps to get a good idea to start without being able to see the inside of the house yet?
If it has a pool.
Yeah, pool. Yep.
And then single family too, just in case.
Yeah, obviously.
What did you say, Aiden, just now?
Single family.
And yeah.
I'm not.
Yep. So we're gonna go in here. We're gonna go to quick search, right? Under residential, obviously. We want it to be, I'm just gonna start. If I get enough closed, I'm not gonna send anything that's under contract quite yet if I get what I need in closed. And I'm gonna go where we are now. I'm gonna go close of escrow. I'm gonna do 90 days for this one, right? So let's just see what happens in 90 days. So we're gonna go down here. Dwelling type, obviously single family. What did I say 4 bedrooms? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
4. So let's do 4 to 5. Oh no, Remy's going crazy. And then it was 3 bath, right? So we'll go 2 to 3. 2,200 square feet. So I'm just gonna start with 200 square feet on either side just to see what I get. And then I also need to pin the property. So don't want to forget that. So the property is right here. I'll pin it. What was that, Peoria? Oh, Phoenix. Phoenix, and then there we're gonna locate it. And then I think we all know you start within a 1-mile radius search, right? Let's see what you get. Okay. This is
Did you want to do number of interior levels too?
Yeah. So we only have 1 right now with that. So what would be your next step? Well, time out on that. Mom, I know this is, you've seen this only a couple times. Does all this make sense as to up to where we are?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I spent a while doing this, so I
Okay.
got it. So
Okay.
I would change the square footage to get a few more.
Okay. What would you guys agree?
Well,
What would you guys do to start here or adjust here? Because we only have one, right? And it's under close. So what would be your guys'
Oh,
next step?
extend the close date, the 90 to something else,
Okay.
the 90-day close.
Okay. What else? What else? What else?
Don't forget the pool. You didn't put the pool in.
Yeah, but we don't. I'm not gonna put a pool right now, just simply because we only have one, and that's without putting that option. So I don't want
Oh,
to quite go there
yeah.
yet.
I would say you could do the under contract, the UCB ones, but then you could also, I agree with Sandy with the changing.
Yeah, that's to 120 or something.
The days under contract.
Okay.
Or
Because
close
I
it.
usually do like 180 sometimes when I can't find, any. So I go back even 180 sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe a little too far, but
Hayden, what is your vote?
I mean, I agree with all that. You could also expand the pin to 2 miles.
Okay. So let's play around with it a little bit. So let's go there. So I would start with if it's with adding pending or under contract first is what I would probably start with. That'd be first. Didn't help. So then I would probably go to square footage. I don't like going crazy off of this, to be honest with you. Like, I think we're already kind of stretching it.
Damn.
And I know we only have one right now, but wouldn't you think it's more preferred to, stay in that Norterra neighborhood instead of maybe across the 17?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You want to, Norterra's pretty, not famous, but, it's pretty established. What's the word I'm looking for? You want to try to keep it in Norterra. That's why I wouldn't probably try to stretch too far off of this. If I was going to stretch, I'd probably go like this.
Yeah.
More so, right? But let's just see here. Let's just extend this to 120. We got 2. So we're getting closer. So we'll go list here. So 520 and 525. So do you think what would you say? Do we need to get more, or are you comfortable just sending these 2 to start?
More would be beneficial, but it just depends on what parameters we're changing.
Well, we've expanded it to 120 days. We've added under contract, so we probably don't want to adjust that anymore. I really wouldn't go past 120, to be honest with you, because the market was so different than it is now.
Yeah.
Single family, I mean, we could go 4 bedroom to 6, I would say would be a good thing. There's nothing there. Let's go to 7 and just see. Nothing.
Nope.
We already stretched our square footage. My last ditch effort would be just to see if there's any 1-stories in there, if they're super prevalent. So there is, but what's the problem?
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't want to do that, but there's 3 over here. I think maybe my only other thing I would maybe do would be get into some of this right here. I'd probably take out the circle, and I would kind of see what we're looking at here.
There we go.
So 3. One's a single story. Let's see what it does on price. 665 single story.
And that's less square footage. That's interesting.
Yeah.
When was?
Well, let's see when it was built and what it looks like. That's built in 2002, 2009, 2016. So that's tough. When was ours built? 2002. So if it were me, okay, well, let me ask you this before we move on. Would you send all 3? Would you just send these 2?
I send the 2.
Yeah. I would send the 2.
Okay. So we're going to click here and we're going to click here, okay? Now, a couple things here. So I'll go to this lead, right? So I pulled this as an example from one of the MISO leads. It's the seller program. So that's this house. Is that this one? What did we just do? We did this one, so we need to go over 1. That should be this lead right here, I believe. Yeah. So this is the lead that I got that I'm trying to book an appointment for, right? So I need to obviously email her at this point, right? So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna email her.
I
So
love the email.
yeah, I'm gonna hustle her. Okay. So with that being said, how are we composing this email?
Don't you have a thingy, don't you?
Well, no, not for something like this. Not really. A template, you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, I don't have a template for this. So our comps right here, we're only using these 2 comps. So what I would do, number 1, is you can go to share, permalink, and you can pull those listings right there. Did you know about the permalink? Everybody knew that you could do that
Yeah.
without emailing it? Okay. So I'm going to copy that link. I have to move this thing all the time. Go into her profile, and I'm going to click here to view comps. I'm not going to say comps because not everybody might know what a comp is, right? Similar homes.
Similar as IAR.
How do you spell it?
What?
I like SIMIL. Similar SIM.
ILAR. I think you were right.
Yeah. You missed the
The
I.
Well, no, I think I had it. It didn't turn. It didn't turn blue. The line didn't go under it, so I thought I had it right. Okay, and then I'm going to insert the link, add or remove link, and I'm inserting this link. Right, boom. Okay. Now the other thing that I really like, or that I like to do, and this is where I know Aiden did this for one of his. What you can do here is you can send, and I know me and Mom worked on this a little bit. Hayden, let me know if you've ever seen this. What you can do is you can click CMA and you can send this. Have you ever sent a CMA to any of your leads? Anybody?
No.
So, Aiden, I don't know what one you do. What I like to do is I like to do use selected, because I have 2 of them, right? So you don't want to use all results. Use selected. And you want to pick what you can do here. I do quick CMA. What do you guys, Aiden, what do you do?
Yeah, because that does it for you. But is that where you can make the adjustments as well?
Right
or
down here. So you pick this. So I do price per square foot, but you can see there's a lot of different options right here too. To me, price per square foot makes the most sense. Out of these, what would you say? Aiden, what do you use on yours?
You can do price per square feet. You can do, let's see.
You can do all these. I like price per square foot as far as these options are concerned, right? Bedrooms, baths, square footage, timeshare. I don't know why the heck that's in there.
I would do that one.
So, and then we're going to go next. And then look what it does here. So I'm going to go to view. And to be honest with you, it's not really going to, and if you had more options, it would give you all of them. It's not really going to give you what you need, but it looks professional. It's an added little point on top of it. And they have the comps in that link, so they can view the comps as you would, but we're just going to add this into it, right? So pretty cool little thing. It kind of breaks it down. You can get into a lot more in depth. Being as I'm trying to get an appointment, this looks professional enough, in my opinion, that I'm good right here, just sending this. I don't know if, what your guys' thoughts are. So I'm going to download this.
Yeah, because what would be the easy way is you just, do the permalink, you send it over and say, hey, these are the homes I was able to find. But yeah, this is a way more professional, way more structured way to compare everything to.
Yeah.
So you're gonna send this instead. You're already sending the other one. Never mind. Go ahead.
So I'm doing
So when you go back there, I think if you hit the save, it does the same thing where you can get a link. Hit the save and see what happens instead of download.
No, what save's gonna do is it's gonna save it to your thing. I want it as an attachment. Is what
Yeah,
I
no,
want
I know. I thought that you could get that same link like you did on the other one. It seemed like I did that, but when I sent it to you and I did my CMA,
Yeah.
I did I thought I did it with the link permanently.
You probably can, and that's fine. I prefer this. You guys can, I mean, it's, however you want to do it's fine, but I'm sure you probably can get a link into it. But I'm going to attach it as a here for argument's sake, right? And then I'm just going to send out an email to her, right? So it's just like, good morning. What would you guys say in something like this? You're trying to get an appointment. How are you? What are you
You've never
asking
talked
her?
to this person?
Let's say it's a Zillow lead that came in. It's an open house lead. You've had a conversation with them, but you can't get them to move the ball. What are you guys saying at this point?
First of all, thank you for trusting me in this. Or yeah. And then
In your life, I mean,
Is she trusting you with this decision right now? I mean, is she trusting you with anything right now?
right.
I mean, I would talk affirmatively in it.
Yeah, use that assumptive language.
I'm not good one here.
So I would say, I mean, basically, I'm trying to get to the point where I want to ask, are you still looking at potentially selling your home? I have attached a few comparable homes to this email for you to check out, along with a CMA.
That you gotta, no one knows what a CMA
I
is.
know, I meant to say this.
Yeah.
Your home.
Now, in this email guide, do you not want to go overkill and express, the benefits of using you?
So I would not in this one because I'm trying to get an answer. So I think when you overshare on emails when you're trying to get direct answers, I think it's detrimental personally. So what I would do, actually I wouldn't even put that. I would just do it here. Thank you for trusting me with this big decision in your life. Actually, what I'd probably say is something like, hope all is well, Happy New Year. I just wanted, hope all is well, Happy New Year. What's the words I'm looking for? Thank you for reaching out about, thank you for reaching out in regards to selling your home. Attach a few comparable homes for each other. Are you potentially selling your, I would keep it something just simple like this. Like I might think a little bit more on it, if we didn't have a time frame in this training, but something just as simple as this, I think does a good job right there. What do you guys think? Add anything? Am I forgetting anything? My goal is I really want to get them to answer this question. Is there anything that I'm forgetting or anything you'd add in here?
So go underneath where you have the other attachment, right down there. Can't you bring that up? See, they're going to see that. And I have this problem a lot when people do this. I don't find that down there. It needs to be with the other one. So why do we separate them so drastically? Because then they have to scroll down underneath this big old huge card to find that.
Because it's an attachment. It's not a link. So you can do a link here if you want, but it's an attachment. They'll see it at the bottom. It comes in big, when you get attachments.
So it sets it there no matter what. That's where it puts it as an attachment.
Yeah,
okay, I got it.
See, it looks something like this.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay, you're right. I thought it would show your card in the middle of that.
Well, it will because she doesn't have a signature, but.
Guy, would you want to, and I don't know if you do, but put maybe a small range of what you think the home is valued at, or what they can maybe get for it in this, or hold off on that as well?
So you guys answer that question.
I would hold off.
What would you say?
Okay. I'd probably hold off because you just kind of want to get her seeing what's going on and get her engaged. So I think that if she wants to know that would be a really good response for her. Like, hey, what do you think? What would you sell it at? And keep the conversation going.
Yeah. My, I mean, I would piggyback on that. My thing is I'm just trying to get her some information, and I want a reason to be able to follow up with her, not put everything into one email and not have follow up to be able to respond. So I would, and we'll get into kind of what that looks like. But like, this is a good touch point. Just, hey, here's some comps. I'm just providing value. Are you still interested? Right? Then it's kind of your follow-up emails. Hey, here's what the Lawton team does and what I do. And then your other follow-up is, hey, I was looking at these. I think it kind of ranges here, but I can't really pinpoint that until I see the home. Are you still interested? I'd love to set an appointment, right? Now you're giving yourself, you're creating a story to be able to get her more touch points and kind of moving her along strategically. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it's my fear of feeling like I'm not doing enough, so I want to put the whole book in there.
Yeah.
So
Act the same way. Don't feel bad, Aiden. The guy's like, don't put too much. I want to tell him everything all at
The
once.
key is not missing your follow-ups, right? Because if you follow up with her like the next day or 2 days later, depending on what that looks like, you don't have to have that fear. But if you're like somebody that like now you don't set it to do and it's 3 months later, then yeah, you probably should have put it all in to begin with, right? These are, you have to understand who your lead is also, right? Like if it's a past client referral that is like, hey, my friend wants to sell your house, or my friend wants to sell their house, right? Like I'm including way more than this, but this is a lead that I'm trying to get an appointment from. It's a cold lead, right? It's a much different process than if, you know, your cousin reached out and said, hey, I want to sell my house. Does that make sense?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I get it. It's my nature to say everything.
yeah. So it's in the follow-up. So you go in here and you go create no, and now like you can see it's just a super nice clean email right here. Question is as broad as it can be. She actually opened.
She already opened it?
I guess so. All right. So
Did you send it?
She's ready.
yeah. Okay.
Huh?
So next step would be, okay, so let's say she goes and says yes, okay? What does our follow-up look like? What is today? Today is Friday. She wants to meet you next Friday. What are some of our emails that we would send out between now and Friday, and what does that time frame look like? I'd love for you guys.
But you said she wants to meet Friday?
Yeah, let's pretend she responds and says, yes, I want to sell, and but I want to meet you next Friday. So you have 7 days or 10 days or 5 days. Like, it's not tomorrow, let's say. What does your follow-up look like?
Sending her new things, new ones that come up in the next week, new comps that show up, keeping it on a drip for new comps, new ones.
Yeah, you could.
New,
Slash maybe your competition that you may need to talk to her about at that meeting, or you can just wait till that meeting, but
Yeah. Or you can send that pre-listing email template. Just remove the comps or add additional ones to it.
oh, is that to express like what we all do
Yeah.
to provide? Mhm.
All right, so make some notes over here. So the pre-listing email, the team, right? Other home, a drip of other sold homes. In this case, I really doubt anything's gonna, since we went down 120 days and could barely find 3.
yeah.
So in a week, there's probably not going to be anything, but it wouldn't be a bad idea. I would not include actives on there because I'd want to have that conversation in person, but other sold, that would definitely be a good idea. Especially like Hayden, I know you had that person that doesn't want to list, you know, your listing is signed, but like, let's hypothetically say he didn't sign it, but then he wants to list it in March or right? Because your listing is going live in March, right?
Yeah, I think we're doing end of February, beginning of March.
Right. So let's say you don't have that listing agreement signed. This would be a really good thing to add on there. It's a good call out. Being as you have the ER signed, I would not do that. I would use those as reasons for touch points if I were you. I would probably set myself up on a drip and be like, oh, wow, this home just sold. Now you can come back to him and be like, hey, did you just see 123 Main Street sold? Right?
Yeah, I'm going to do that right now, actually.
You see kind of the strategy behind this. So this is a really, really good call out.
Yeah.
What does the pre-listing email say?
So let's go into it. So this would be my first touch point would be the pre-listing, okay? So I'd go into send email, and I hope you guys are like, there's some really good templates in here that I hope you guys, are utilizing when you can. So you have your buyers in escrow, so that you want to go down to, I think it's under listing appointment. So there's a couple different ones, right? So you have a questionnaire, a pre-listing email, in intro email to potential sellers. So you have some different options. I believe it's going to be this one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that I use.
So
And then does it have the video of George Lawton on it?
You have to attach the link, but it has like a place for it and talks about it.
yeah. I'm trying to actually, let me see here. Okay, so
I feel like that's a crucial part too in this.
Yeah.
yeah, 100%.
So when you say the link to the home, you like just just the MLS link? What link are you putting there? Insert link to your home.
And in this case, because we center the link, we want to think like what makes sense. I would delete these in this case, personally. This was set up
because we already sent her house link for the comps. So are we talking about the comp link?
Yeah, correct. This was set up before like MISO and all this other stuff. So you would delete them because you already sent the link in this case. And then I would, if you obviously like, you wouldn't send your Zillow, but like when you get to the point, like this is something that you'll want to add at some point when you feel comfortable. Obviously, when you don't have a lot of reviews and closings yet, then yeah, but
that's your review. That's the realtor's review.
That's then your own Zillow. Like I would attach my Zillow review on there because it shows I have 110 Zillow reviews, right? It's worth it. But like you can see right here, I made a note, attach video, because you have to go in and attach this video right here. So this is one. Another one that we have in here that you can do is templates. You can go down here, and there is also a pre-listing or pre-appointment questionnaire. What just happened? Oh, here it is.
Where'd it go?
There's a pre-listing questionnaire right here. So this is pretty good. It's a jot form, but basically let's see if I can get to it. I can't. Basically, it just asks them, like, what do you think you want to sell the home at? Like, do you have any fears? Do you have any concerns? Things like that. This is a really good email as well to send out. It's just a touch point, right? You got to understand when to use this and when you think it's going to be beneficial. But this would definitely be something I would potentially send out before I went, if that makes sense. Any questions on this one?
Nope.
And then the other one, there's one other one that we have created in here, and this is much more of a brief one, but depending on how long you have, you can send this one. So a couple different options. This one actually has the video on it. This is the one that does. So if you want to send this one first, you could send this. This has George's video attached. It's actually on my to-do to get this video attached to the other one as well. But there's a link in here that has his video on there now. Okay. Couple other things that you could throw in there too. Templates. You could also throw in a confirmation email, right? Or a text. A text would probably be a little bit better, but there is a confirmation email that you could also send out to them. So you have a lot of options.
Calendar invite for this too?
I would do a calendar. Yes, I would do a calendar invite if I set that appointment.
Okay.
Yep.
What does that mean, a calendar invite? So in other words, how do you set a calendar invite? What does that mean?
The same way that we set all the appointments before that I showed you, the create appointment, and then I'd be like, seller strategy session.
Do we know if they need a Gmail in order to do this?
I still don't know that, to be honest. I should ask.
More than likely. So this will go to them as well. Then is what my question is.
Yes.
This appointment will go to them on an email, Google Calendar.
Yep.
Technically, you can make it to yourself if they don't have a Gmail or if it doesn't work. But yeah, you can also make it where it goes to them.
It's the same way you set all your appointments for, you just go.
Yeah, I just didn't know that it goes to them as well. And so is it
only
when
does if
you
you
get
click,
appointments?
It only goes to them if you click this box down here.
Ah,
So
okay.
this only goes to you, this goes to them. That's how you decide
Got
if
it.
you want them to get an invitation and a text reminder. Okay. So yes,
Yeah.
that's a good call out. So pre-listing email, questionnaire, etc. We're gonna do a confirmation text or email. We're gonna do a calendar invite. What else? Anything else we're forgetting? I would also, a nice little touch point before meeting is ask them if they want a coffee. Try to bring something for them. Like I always say, I'll send like a text like, hey, I'm just gonna stop at Starbucks on the way, which is 100% a lie because I don't drink Starbucks. And I'll just be like, hey, I'm just gonna grab a coffee. Do you want me to bring you anything? Right? Very
I'm with the chocolate milk.
yeah, yeah.
That's the text. You send that like on the way?
I would text them like on the way that day, yeah. Yep. Anything else? What else are we forgetting?
That I can think of.
Hayden, anything you can think of that we're forgetting? So how would you separate these then, right? You set the appointment today, let's say. She said, I want to do it next Friday. How would you send these like, what would your timing look like on these?
I'd probably do one every like 3 or 4 days.
Okay.
I mean, if it's next week, yeah, every 2 to 3 days for whatever to really time it and make it consistent.
So would being like maybe sending that pre-listing email out on Monday, or like maybe Monday you send the pre-listing email on Monday, maybe the second email on like a Wednesday or a Thursday, a confirmation Thursday, and then any text throughout the week that you would have for them.
Mhm.
Something along those lines. And then Friday morning, ask them if they want a coffee or something. Just a nice little
Now,
touch
do you
point.
panic if they haven't answered to the first 4?
I mean, if the odds are that they're not going to respond to either of those emails, but I do want to send a confirmation text like Thursday or Wednesday to make sure that we're good. And then if they don't respond on Wednesday or Thursday, then yeah, I'm double texting or calling them to make sure that they're still good.
All right. I'm sure they'll answer the coffee one, but all the others, I don't know.
The thing you got to keep in mind is that it's a little different for sellers than buyers because you have their address, you're going to their house. If they don't cancel, like you're showing up to their house, right?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Buyers, you don't necessarily like you're going to a random house. They could just leave you ghost at that house, and it's like you can't get to them, you know.
Yeah.
So, anything else? Do we feel good on the comps, the CMA, touch
Yep.
points, rapport building, questions to ask, like things like that? Are we feeling good?
Yeah, I'd feel better with the actual listing.
Yeah.
Hey, do you still have that one that was super overpriced?
No, Hayden, we don't talk about it.
I didn't know. I haven't heard about it in like months.
No, I know. Yeah, we had to call in some reinforcements and get it taken care of, and yeah, it turned into a little bit of a issue, but all good now. All good.
It's in
Okay. Love that for
2023.
you.